And my hope is that since the women can come together, Scrappy and Khaotic can do the same too.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, man.
Now in your lane once, so I might have to smack that ass. You know, get done. Don't call me. Don't own it. I'm like T.I. What you saying, T.I.? I don't want to kick it with y'all. I don't want to skate with y'all. I don't want to do nothing. It's down soon. I got a record I'm about to drop today that I already pre-recorded because I knew you was gonna come up, fumble up on some bullshit. And when this record dropped,
then you going like trying to troll, acting like, you know what I'm saying, you so G'd up, like that was a G'd up move. Bro, you playing on TV. What you doing is, right, you allowing this whole TV thing. The reason I don't respond back gangster, y'all, is because I'm not trying to allow this TV stuff to really turn into something. You know what I'm saying? You threw a drink at it.
The room was dark, and the tension was palpable. Something felt different today, even though Scrappy was known for being a hophead who was hard to reason with and prone to losing his anger. His thoughts were racing as he paced back and forth. Like a broken record, the words echoed in his mind, a maze of bewilderment and rage. The secret that Bambi and Khaotic share is unknown to everyone due to his. The months of the nose, even though the clues were subtle and almost imperceptible, a long-distance look, a whisper too faint to hear, everything made sense now that he understood. Although Scrappy had suspicions, he was never prepared for the truth. Scrappy's chest felt thick, making breathing difficult, and his stomach wrenched from betrayal. He glanced at Khaotic, who had moved a few paces from their initial appearance. He had known Bambi since he was a young lad, had protected her, and had always considered her a sister. However, they were now involved in a complicated covert connection that Scrappy couldn't understand. They had battled with him, laughed with him, won with him, and lost with him, despite the fact that they were like brothers, sharing everything and entrusting their lives to one another. Did everything in his power to protect Bambi and shield her from the mayhem that engulfed them all, but now the one he trusted most had broken his trust in the most terrible way he could have imagined. He felt the anger swelling within him as his hands clenched. His vision became blurry, and as his anger built like an uncontrollable storm, he wanted to shout and scream to make them feel the same way he did. He knew all along that he loved Bambi, but something stopped him, a terrible, devastating realization that Khaotic had laughed in his face and concealed the truth. A low, menacing scream from Scrappy was barely audible above a whisper. However, why didn't you inform me? There was no remorse when he gazed into the eyes of Khaotic, only. Scrappy felt his anger consuming him and corrupting his thoughts because he was a traitor and a foreigner. The man had worked with him and been his brother. You never asked, he added with a peculiar shrug. He said calmly, that's all it took. What little patience Scrappy had left snapped with a look of frustration, and he rushed forward, slamming his fist into the side of Khaotic's jaw. The smash echoed through the room, and Scrappy could feel the heat swelling in his veins. He didn't care that he was hurt and duped. It was all that mattered to him. By this point, he needed revenge. Scrappy didn't hear her since he was so enraged and blind. With a startled and horrified expression on her face, Bambi hurried forward while standing in the doorway. Scrappy, stop, she impatiently pleaded. Khaotic staggered back and used the back of his palm to wipe the blood from his lip as their eyes met. The chilling awareness that the woman he had defended was now on the other side and that the guy he had named his brother was no longer there made him lose the desire to fight, not the kind of fight Scrappy was seeking. You both knew that Scrappy's voice was cracking as he yelled, but you chose not to inform me. Bambi and Khaotic both said nothing. She gave Payne a look but remained silent. Even though Scrappy hoped she would say something to explain why she had chosen Khaotic over him and why she had done this to him, everything vanished the instant she spoke. There was simply a terrible void left by Bambi's loss, rage, and treachery. One thing was evident as Scrappy stood there panting, his heart pounding, yet his feelings made him unable to think properly and clouded his judgment. He lost both his friendship with Chaos IC and his faith in Bambi. He would never be the same again. In the ensuing stillness, Scrappy felt the weight of the irreparable betrayal pressing down on his chest, serving as a reminder that sometimes the people you love the most can harm you in unexpected ways.
He the one who called me out for disrespecting me, talking gangster. I never talked gangster. I never threatened him. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that. You came at me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything sick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got the right to anyway.
I probably went too hard or something, took something the wrong way or something like that, you know? So I want to say, I'm sorry to Khaotic. You know what I mean?
Speak on it. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. But not. Because I can give a Because let me tell you something. When a motherfucker go with me and he feel like I'm not a good person, I feel the same way he is. So we on the same page.
No, but he does not feel that.
He just said it. He said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life,
No.
then you need to stay like that and don't stand like that. And we don't stand on it.
No.
Let's stand on it.
No.
He don't stand on it.
No, he said not. He did not say that.
What I said was, if you feel like I'm a bad person to you, then I'll
Okay, but this is not about that right now. This is about you. How do you feel about him?
I never said I had a problem with him. No, this what he do. He say something crazy and he's like, oh, I ain't got no beef, I ain't got no girl.
Khaotic always trying to play a victim. He'll start, then he want to be like, I don't want no beef, man. If you got an issue, stand on it. If not, sit down and shut the up, bro.
At the end of the day, like I said, bro, it don't even really matter.
We're gonna try to goddamn. He want everybody to
like, oh my God.
No, because we're so grown, we're only making a assessment of our own thoughts here.
I be watching good. I be like, oh.
Okay, so wait.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem.
I beat your ass. You had a million times to do it. You on TV, man.
You a clown.
You got a problem with me.
Keep talking that boy.